Software systems need to talk to each other to share data and features. Whether it's your mobile app fetching a product price or your internal systems synchronizing customer records, every interaction relies on a clear set of rules and a defined communication path. Now let's talk about the universal language that carries these digital conversations, the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, or HTTP. HTTP is the unseen infrastructure that carries virtually every piece of information across the modern internet, from simple web pages to complex data requests. Understanding HTTP's core principles is the secret to managing performance, ensuring security, and debugging production issues. HTTP is an application layer protocol, meaning it defines the specific rules for how data should be formatted and transferred between applications, like your mobile app and a server. The client-server conversation. HTTP works on a simple request-response model, like a quick single phone call. You, the client, initiate the conversation. You send an HTTP request asking for a resource or to perform an action. Server, the web service. The server listens, processes the request, and sends back an HTTP response, which contains the requested data or confirmation of the action. Every single interaction you have with a web service, especially a REST API, follows this exact flow. The core function, anatomy of the conversation. Both the request and the response messages must follow a strict HTTP structure to be understood. The HTTP request. What does the client want? The request has 4 critical parts. The verb method. This tells the server the action to perform. These are your key actions for a user story. Get, retrieve data, get a product list. Post, create new data, e.g. submit a new order. Put patch, update existing data, e.g. change a user's address. And delete. The endpoint. This is simply the specific URL where the API is located and ready to receive requests. The headers. These are key value pairs of metadata about the request. They contain vital information like the client's browser, user agent, the type of data expected, accept application JSON, and most importantly, authentication keys. If the request is creating or updating data like a post or put, it is almost always expected to include a body. This body carries the actual data payload, typically in JSON format, that the server needs to process the action, and its specific structure is dictated by the API. The HTTP response, what did the server say? The response also has 3 critical parts you need to monitor. The status code, this is a 3-digit number indicating the result of the request. The headers, metadata about the response, such as caching instructions or the format of the body content. The body, the actual requested data, e.g. the HTML for a web page or the JSON data for an API call. 2 core characteristics of HTTP directly affect product management and architecture. Statelessness, the forgetful protocol. HTTP is inherently stateless. This means that each request is completely independent of every other request. The server doesn't remember who you are or what you did on your previous call. This is fantastic for scalability. Any server can handle any request at any time, making it easy to add or remove servers, load balancing, without losing a user's session. However, since the server forgets everything, features like a shopping cart or a user login require an application layer fix. We solve this with cookies and session IDs, which are small pieces of data sent in the HTTP headers to reestablish state in every stateless request. While the base protocol is HTTP, virtually all modern web services and APIs use HTTPS secure. Think of it this way. HTTP sends your information in the clear, like a postcard anyone can read. HTTPS adds the TLS, Transport Layer Security Protocol, which is like putting that postcard in an encrypted, sealed envelope. TLS is the modern standard, taking over from its older predecessor, SSL or Secure Sockets layer. The value? This security layer scrambles the entire HTTP conversation during transit. Everything, passwords, financial data, API keys, is protected. This is crucial for keeping your users safe and guarding against eavesdropping and hacking. Understanding HTTP isn't just a technical detail, it's central to product delivery. It is the language that makes your APIs work, and the status codes are the direct communication channel for service health. A well-performing, secure product relies on a clean, optimized HTTP conversation. The API is the contract, the web service is the engine, and HTTP is the language they speak. If you want more 5-min videos from the Non-Developers Tech Glossary, hit that like button and subscribe now. Thanks for watching.